Hey guys, welcome to the Bed In podcast. Today we're going to be covering the movie Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. I'm really excited to be talking about this movie. Elaine actually showed me this movie. Thank you so much, Elaine. Because I gotta say that this was actually a very good movie. I was quite shocked by 2010 movie. Of course, there was moments in it where you have to tell yourself it's not new. It's 2010, so whenever he's flying around and stuff, it's obviously not too. Oh, Chief,
Ew.
are you okay, buddy?
I think you threw it up.
No, he just coughed. He does that sometimes. But yeah, welcome to the Bed and Podcast. We're happy to have you guys here, and I hope you guys are ready to, talk about or just listen to us talk about this movie. And if you guys are new to this, welcome. We do movie reviews. Pretty much that's it. And eventually we do want to have some people on and talk about different movies and stuff like that. So that would be really awesome. And we're just going to get started here. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about Percy Jackson as a character and how you feel about him.
Percy Jackson as a character, I think he developed really well along the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously in the beginning of the movie, he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
No clue. But then, he's learning, he figures out, and then he still goes on to save Olympus with a good attitude, I guess. So he has a really good storyline throughout the movie.
I think Percy Jackson as an actor was amazing.
Yeah.
Not only that, the character progression for him was insanely good because there's a lot of movies that we'll probably cover in the future as well where the character progression is just way too fast. It's like way too fast to the point that it's uncomfortable. Like, there's no way that he or she should be doing this yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, Percy Jackson, you could tell that, like, it's taking him time to get used to everything. And it takes him, like, almost like what would feel like too much time, but then you realize that's a realistic amount of time. And it makes it, like, not only realistic, but it also makes it relatable. That if you were in Percy Jackson's shoes, this is how you would be.
Mm-hmm.
And I just gotta say, shout out to Rain, because honestly, I thought that Percy Jackson looked a lot like Rain in certain shots. And then even some of the things that he had said, it was kind of weird because I was like, dude, that's Rain. Did you pick up that or no?
No, not really.
Are you picking it up now?
No.
No?
Maybe, I don't know. Me watching this movie in 2010, I'm in middle school, 5th grade, I don't know. Percy Jackson was the love of my life. So,
No.
So no, I don't look at it that way.
Dude, have you ever seen those memes? It fits the category. It's like, why can't boys like this go to my school? That's the category he fits.
I was probably thinking that in middle school.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, because, I don't know. That's so funny. But in the movie, he was actually 18 whenever he got shot. And he was supposed to portray pretty much a 16-year-old. And in the book, he was apparently 12. So, a little interesting fun fact that I was looking up before I actually got into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, honestly, he played this movie so well. And I want to talk a little bit about Grover, his buddy, next, because Grover was just such a wholesome character. What do you feel about him?
Oh my gosh, they chose the best actor to play Grover. He, his facial expressions, everything that he did was perfect. I feel like a lot of it was probably unscripted too. It's just his character was so into it that it came out so good. And his progression, when he gets his horns and everything else at the end of the movie, it is awesome. I just love him as a character.
Yeah, there was a lot of I really enjoyed him as like a comedy character
Yes.
because he added a lot of humor to the moments in which
It was kind of serious.
Yeah, exactly. So like Percy Jackson's just like he's like a crazy mess trying to make things work. What is her name? Annabeth, we'll talk about next. She's all like serious, blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden like Grover's over here, just like he's just a goofball in it. You know what I'm saying? And dude, I gotta agree with you there. I love him as a character. He was so funny, like it was so
Yes.
enjoyable to watch him, and not only that, I think he just plays like the goat character very well.
Yes.
And the legs, you kind of got used to them, you know, because at first like they were kind of uncomfortable to look at, and then
Yeah.
eventually you're just like, dude, this is Grover. This is
Yeah.
what he looks like.
But like for a 2010 movie, the legs don't even look that bad. Like
No, I
they look
agree.
real.
Yeah, it's
Like real for as real as it can be for a person, I guess.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I agree. I agree because like, you know, it's like how do you make these legs look like perfect and like goat legs in every single shot?
yeah.
Honestly, like I'm kind of surprised they didn't do like because it looks like they were like what do they call that, CGI'd on, where they were like done through editing. I'm kind of wondering if it would have been better for them to just have him like create legs for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like certain, and they probably went for more chest shots with him. Not in the beginning, of course, because they wanted to emphasize him as a goat.
Mhm.
But
Like throughout the movie, they didn't want to do a crap ton of leg shots.
well, no. In like the beginning, I think they wanted to do like emphasize the leg shots.
Yeah. Then
But
throughout the movie, they didn't.
exactly, yeah. Just so that they didn't have to probably like spend so much budget on simply just editing in legs. But I think if they made him like casts of like legs, kind of like how Deadpool's like outfit is actually like an outfit and there's like 3 different actors.
Yeah.
I think that they should have like made him like a leg outfit, you know what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
goat legs. But then again, like with the structure of the legs, I don't know how they would pull it off for it to be like so animal like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
human legs don't. Maybe that's why they had to CGI him, you know? Assuming that they did that. So, but let's get into the next one, which is Annabeth. How do you feel about Annabeth?
Annabeth, I feel like she wasn't necessarily needed throughout the movie, but she added a good touch, I guess, into Percy Jackson's life, if that makes sense, because they were supposed to be like the lovebirds. You get that at the beginning of the movie when they make like the eye contact and like the romanticized fight in the beginning. So I feel like she was just an added character, but it added a good touch.
I agree. This is just nitpicking, but man, she got some humongous eyes.
Yes, you do.
Like they're a little scary. I think they should have made her, the snaky hair lady.
Medusa?
I think they should have just made her Medusa, man.
No. Medusa's an older actor. She wouldn't have been able to fit in with them 3.
It's true. It's true. The Medusa character was good. I don't know, man. She's just like,
She's got piercing eyes.
yeah. I don't
That's
know.
what it is.
There was just something about her on the movie that I just felt like she was. I don't know, man. I'm not saying that they could have picked a better actor or actress, but I don't know. She did pretty good. I think she did pretty good, but like, I don't know. She just made me feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I haven't read the books yet to this series.
mhm.
So I feel like in the books, Annabeth is far more important than when she was in the movie.
Mhm.
The movie, she didn't seem like she was important, but she was needed because she was the best battler and like all this stuff. But she still didn't seem that important with, I don't know, the way it was.
I think that like If we had to follow Annabeth as a character, just Annabeth, it would have been a really bad movie. But I think that her being like an additive to Grover and Percy, they created a pretty good mix.
Yeah.
But just like her as by herself, it was just like I had trouble like connecting to her at all. So
Yeah.
I think it was just because she was supposed to play off the serious badass tone. And I think that she did it, but there felt like there was much too badassery and that she was like over badass, and like it was just like to the point of like discomfort.
Annoying, yeah.
But the next dude I want to talk about, which is Hades' son, Luke. Now, I can't even lie.
Oh, he was born in Canton, Ohio.
That's
no way.
crazy, dude. Wow. Okay. Well, he's born literally like close to our hometown. That is insane. Shout out to Jake, Abel, Luke. Freaking so close to us, man. Come visit us, dude. Come be on the next podcast. That would be actually pretty sick. Other than like I don't know. Luke was already supposed to be a character that was like liked in the beginning and then disliked at the end.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of awkward having Luke on because we have a bad perception of it.
Yeah, because then I'm just like, I hate Luke because, you know, in the movie I kind of do.
Yeah, like, you know, he's portrayed as this like super helpful guy, but it turns out, and you can skip this part if you'd like, because I'm gonna bring it up.
It spoils it.
Yeah, it spoils it. So skip it if you need to. Okay. All right, I'm gonna say it. He's the lightning thief. Luke's the lightning thief, man.
Yes, he frames Percy for it when they're on their big old quest. And so, in the end, they have a big battle, and that is why Luke gets portrayed as the bad guy, because he turns into the bad guy. And then, you know, something happens with Percy in the water, and then Luke just disappears.
Yeah.
And then you don't see him for the rest of the movie.
And whenever they are in, whenever they make it to hell, he
The
hid.
underworld, you said hell.
Well, it's like the same thing, right? But I think that they named it the underworld so that it was more like, you know, we don't call Poseidon, like God. We call him God Poseidon. You know what I'm saying? So like that's probably why they called it the underworld. But anyways, Luke ended up pretty much putting it into the shield. Okay, he put the lightning bolt into the shield so that it could pretty much get to Hades. So he set it up. He pretty much set up everything in order to screw up Percy and his gang. And to be honest, like in the beginning, I really liked Luke. I thought he was so cool.
Yeah, he was a cool character.
I mean, to be honest, I think for the actor and what he's supposed to play, I think he plays it super well. Because he's supposed to play the bad guy, but he's portrayed as the good guy in the beginning. Such a smart move, honestly. It really added this, like, I don't know, this, like, betrayal, you know? And we as viewers really feel that. We're just like, what the hell, Luke?
Yeah.
like
we're just also struck by the craziness that happens at the end of the movie.
Yeah, for sure. Because you're just not expecting it. That's all. It's like that's really it, you know. But let's see the next one here. I just gotta say, Hades be looking silly, man. Like
yeah, he do.
Hades, like now compared to Hades in the movie, who Hades looks like pretty much just like he looks like he would like play with Metallica, you know. He had that style, and Hades now looks like he's gonna like con you out of money.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. So that's the way I would describe them. Zeus did not change whatsoever. Poseidon, he got a little bit older. That's about it. Just a couple more wrinkles, really.
Yeah.
But, how do you feel about like Poseidon, like the dad? You know.
Poseidon was a good, you know, dad, considering that Zeus made the rule that you aren't allowed to see your offspring, also known as child.
Yeah.
But besides him not being able to really see Percy, he was always there, like, telling him what to do, in his ears, I guess, in his head.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a good dad. He always wanted to see him. He was just never allowed, so.
Yep.
He was still the good guy in the end.
Dogs.
Okay.
Yep, they always be doing that. But yeah, let's see next, dude. I actually wanted to talk about Chief. Come here. I don't know what he's barking about, dude. But anyways, Sally Jackson, which is Percy Jackson's mom. How do you feel about her?
Sally Jackson. I mean, in the beginning, she just seems as the mom that's with the abusive husband that won't leave and blah, 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 blah. They're poor, whatever, and all that stuff. But, as she, I guess, progresses for the next 10 minutes, because that's all it takes, is, she was a good character. She, all in all, hid the truth from Percy for his sake, so he wouldn't end up in a position like he was in. But yeah, she was a good mom. Good character development.
No, I agree. I think she played a good mom. Like, I feel like she is a mom, like a real mom. Because, like, the mom vibes that she was pulling off was, like, way too mom. And I was like, dude, that's a good thing, like, for this, like, movie. So, I think she played that really well. The one thing that I did not like about, pretty much the story was that she stayed with her abusive boyfriend so that it would hide the smell of Percy, which was the stupidest thing ever, but it made sense.
Yeah, I guess it made sense for a movie like this. Yeah, but it's still stupid.
Because, like, pretty much he has to hide the smell of the demigod. Like she was trying to hide the smell of Percy by staying with the not a stepdad, because they never married. It was just a boyfriend. So just staying with her boyfriend, it just,
because he smelled like feet and he drank and he was disgusting.
Yeah,
so.
I really wish that, like, because I know that didn't Grover kick him at one point?
Yes.
Like at the end. I really enjoyed that, but I was really hoping that Percy and him would get into a fight.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. But I'm kind of glad. But it also made me really look at, and honestly really feel bad, and because I've known people like this who have to come home to people like that.
Right.
And I feel so bad for people like that. I really do, because I've known people like that. And, like, I don't know, shout out to you guys for keeping it, like, I don't know, like, just living on, because, like, that's gotta be the most irritating thing, man. Like, I know that, like, everybody has issues sometimes with their parents and stuff like that, but, like, when you're coming home and, like, every single time you come home, it's a negative thing. Like, that's not good, man. Like, and that's not the kid's fault, you know? It's just really upsetting to see. And
yeah.
I think that they played Percy and that boyfriend that it's such a relatable scenario that somebody could get into that. And I'm also wondering, did they actually utilize the whole boyfriend thing in the book in order to hide a smell? Do you think they did that?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a really silly thing to do, that they just did just to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to figure it out. When I find out before we do the next podcast, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, she wants to get the book, so eventually we're going to get the book, and I might actually read the audiobook. I like listening to like nonfiction, history, stuff like that, but you're completely opposite.
Yeah, I'm a very adventurous, dystopian vibes, things that, you know, portray not real, but they want it to be realistic, I guess. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a loser, but that's okay.
I just think that, like, you have a love for, like, the creativity of the mind and what people can do and stuff, and I do as well, but, like, I think that there's something about me I don't know. I love history, and I love the whole, I don't know why. I just don't know why, man. But that's just me. That's just me, I guess. But, yeah. You want to talk a little bit about the scenes? A little bit? So, I was thinking about we'll just talk about, like, I guess the beginning. And, like, I guess, like, the beginning, like, fights in the flag and everything. How Percy ended up finding out, like, that water heals him. Like, how did you feel about, like, his connection with the water and eventually, like, growing on it and understanding it?
Oh, well, it was a shock, but at the same time, his dad's Poseidon, so, like, I don't know, I guess it wasn't quite of a shock because his dad is god of the sea, so, water does help out a lot with that stuff, so.
Yeah. So, I really like the fact that in the movie, they utilized, it was like multiple shots of him putting his hand into the water because, like, there was a lot of different times where he was getting hurt. And, as he's getting hurt and stuff like that, a lot of the times in movies, they just pretty much assume that the character's just fine. That they got hurt at first and now they're just fine. And to be completely honest, that is the most irritating thing in movies. Because, like, just, like, keep the injuries, man. Just, like, let them live on the character. But instead of doing that, they decide to take Percy to the water, stick his hand in the water, and, like, let himself be healed. And it kind of gives you that, like, that security that, like, no matter what Percy goes through, he's going to be okay,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it makes me feel like, I don't know, just happy that they ended up introducing that whole element. So
Yeah.
all right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was the flower.
The locust flower.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yes. I think it was very smart because when, they arrive and they first start eating the flowers and they're partying, whatever, you don't think it's been as long as they find out it was. Because, you're not watching it for 4 days. You're sitting there and it, just like them, you think they've only been in there for, like, a couple hours or something. But no, the flowers, it made them stay. And they had found out, like, other people had also been there for, like, many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
So they were in there for days and had no, memory of it. They thought they were in there for a couple hours, so.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Grover, like, okay, that Annabeth's just, like, having fun partying, dancing, right?
Yeah.
And Grover's over here getting bitches.
Yeah, he loves the women throughout the movie.
Yeah, because weren't they, like, painting his, like, toenails or something like that?
Yes, they were painting his hoof nails. Yeah. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, not toenails. Whole hoof nails. But, that was, I really like that scene. It also kind of allowed the movie to progress faster without it actually, just cutting scenes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Because then they were able to take, it's 6 days until the lightning bolt needs returned, all the way to pretty much like 2 or 5 days. I don't remember what it was.
No, I think it was 2. Like 10 hours.
Oh yeah, you're
like
right.
That. Like they were in there for so long, they had to, race to the next place and get in. So it really like rushed the end of the movie, but it was a good type of rush because it didn't prolong the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. It just ended very nicely.
Yeah, and I like the whole thing with like the truck that they drove.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really came off as these like kids pretty much.
Yeah.
Are really coming from like really nothing. Like they're not coming from any rich families.
Right.
And like they're not coming from something like greatly spectacular. They're just ordinary people really, but they're demigods,
Yeah.
So I thought that was really, really cool. Because like, and I think that actually more movies do that than often just to make the characters like relatable
Mhm.
because like well, I guess Tesla wasn't around at the time, but if freaking Percy Jackson and his crew is whipping in the Tesla going to freaking Olympus, like, or going
Yeah.
around and stuff like that, you're just like, what's going on? Like, how am
Yeah.
I supposed to relate to this at all? And, yeah, I'm just glad that they they chose the truck. The truck was a cool element, I suppose. It was
Yeah.
just...
Well, the truck is what that lady and that old man were driving when they were at Medusa's lair.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Oh, yeah, because that's where they... Is that where they end up getting the truck?
Yes.
Okay, you're right. Cause the old lady and the dude was in Medusa's lair, and they got the dude got turned to stone. The girl also got turned to stone, and yeah, they ended up making it out, and I guess they did, cause Grover took the truck, ran it into Medusa.
Yeah.
So I just gotta say, man, Grover is like, because he was like the protector,
Yeah.
And I really like the fact that he took pride in that.
Mhm.
It was really fun to watch. And honestly, I really hope in the next movie that fucking Grover, man, I hope he doesn't betray anybody. I don't think he will, but like Grover's scared. Like I just want Grover to keep his heart, man.
Right.
Because like he is the protector. I hate it whenever movies will take a character and he's a good guy, really, really good guy, okay? And then they just turn him around because of him being possessed or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then you're just like, I don't want to hate this character. And then, I don't know. That's what I worry about.
Very
man.
saddening.
But, yeah. I guess that's unless you have anything else to say
No,
about the
I
movie.
think that was it. It was just a good movie.
Oh, let's just, you know what? Before we end it, actually, you want to talk about the fight at the end with the tower? How did you feel about the fight between him and Luke?
It wasn't a bad fight, I guess. I don't know how to
Oh,
explain
okay.
it.
Well,
There's no way to really talk about that
alright.
fight without spoiling it.
That's true, but
Because it wasn't a super long fight, but it was, a fight. I don't know.
you're good. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the fact that the fight was in the air. It was raining. They really set you in this this tone that Luke might not make it. Luke might not be able to pull it off in time. And
Oh, no, you mean Percy?
that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, Percy wasn't able to pull it off in time because Luke's sitting there trying to just, I guess, just trying to pretty much make the world end, have the gods go to war, stuff like that.
Yep.
And Zeus was very angry. He's like, I want my lightning bolt.
My lightning bolt.
My lightning bolt. And your son took it. And, Poseidon's just like, bruh, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't think he stole it, but maybe. I don't freaking know. I talk to my son sometimes, and I don't know. I don't think he stole it, to be honest, Zeus. And turns out, freaking Lukey over here.
Lukey,
yeah,
yes.
he stole a lightning bolt, man. He stole it. But, yeah, I guess that's been it for the Bed In podcast. Once again, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Very good movie. Out of 10, did we do it out of 5 stars or 10 stars? Last one.
Not quite sure. This time we're going to go out of 10.
Okay, cool. What would you give it out of that?
Out of 10.
Uh-huh.
I am a lover of this movie. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. To be honest, I think that it would be safe for me to say, to give it probably an 8 out of 10. And I would say, maybe a 9 actually. 8 or 9 out of 10. I can't really decide. Yeah, maybe, because I like a movie that just makes me sit there and I sit there for a long time, and then I just realize that the movie's over. Cause cause then there's no like boredom, and I think that movie did it. I think this movie did it really well. So I gotta give it, yeah, we're just gonna give it a 9. Very good movie. If you guys want to watch this movie, then go right ahead. If you guys already watched this movie, then cool. Hopefully we didn't spoil too much for you, but just know that with every single, I guess, movie review / talk, like we do on this podcast, that there will be some spoilers. So,
Yup.
but that's okay. And yeah, that's been it for this episode of the Bed In Podcast. This has been the 2nd episode. We are really happy to continue this series, and I appreciate you guys coming out to this episode. So we will see you guys on either the next Monday or the following Monday. We had a lot going on, so we're just gonna try to get back into it for you guys, and we appreciate you guys coming out. So